but look. Woo. Yeah. We at the bottom, but really ain't no one on top of us. I see the end coming and I did not need no binoculars. If this was a game, then we about to win the whole tournament. This place going down and I'm going up like the firmament. You gotta pay the whole penalty for what you did to my people. They told us to shoot for the stars, but first let me shoot at the eagle. This is a movie part 1 and I cannot wait for the sequel. No wonder you run from the sun, cause you are the shadiest people. But enough of this talk about you, now let's get back to reality. We march when the cops kill our people, but we don't march when we go kill our family. I call that insanity, sanity, 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 sanity. They took all our nickels and dimes, when it comes to sense we don't have any. Ha ha ha, he's like financial calamity. I got the most dangerous book on this earth, so I dare one of y'all to come challenge me. I'm reading it over and over till my people break out the cycle. You said I got love everybody, but that script is not in the Bible.
Yeah, bringing sanity like Sean T. Crossroads for those who cross me. Esau feeling all heat in his rightful place with a dog leash. That's a rod of iron, don't you dare flee. It's a wild game and you dare meet. We control the fight like a new Hadouken. Watch it get downright left beat. His high horse get murked. Full of pride since birth. Cast Lucifer from his heaven. Bet he get real down to earth. If you want kings, the South has it. We activated, not acting. Wait until that day the sky cracking. Make her feel that heat like house plastic. Insanity day. Just a mental war and they challenge. The scales of judgment unbalanced. The prophecies is unraveling. We get crucified in the media. If you're in your feelings, get past them. We the real men and we set the lead. Get that woman out you like Adam. Spazzing out, going insane. Free slave and I'm unchained. We've lost the kingdom, time to regain. In a wine press full of beat stains. World war a few weeks away. Carpe diem, we seize the day. I deserve it all, that's all they need to say. Said he asked the pieces, that's the peaceful day. Said he asked the pieces, that's the peaceful day.
Pray to the God who made me. Y'all the God way too crazy. Y'all the God way too crazy. Y'all the God way too crazy. Praise to the God who made me. Y'all the God way too crazy. Y'all the God way too crazy. Y'all the God way too crazy. Y'all the God way too, I've been thinking about it, I get in. Jakey J got a problem, forget in. He went out, let reality set in. That the enemy out here to get him. Your head on the wall cause it's mounted beheaded, or facing the other direction cause we walking dead in the dead ends. A chariot drop, I'm like get in cause we trying to dodge Armageddon. One body move, one mind, 1, 2, double time like 11. I move things with my mind like 11. I watch these all face as a red end. Definition of Zion is weapon. The truth like a virus is spreading. Say you out of your mind if you catch it. Then I'ma be dying to get it. We doing this over and over again. Every time it fall through all cause it's sin and it's harm and it's ball of confusion. I ain't convinced we caught up, arm in the rim. Break down the word, my job entomology. I live in different dimension and it's called reality where we don't make no apologies. And eternal life be the silence.
Mad. That's what oppression do to you.
Yeah.
Your way out.
Yeah. Oppression makes a wise man mad. I'm a god, I die like that. Oppression makes a wise man mad. I'ma fight till I take my land back. Oppression makes a wise man mad. I'm a god, oppression makes a wise man mad. I'ma fight till I take my land back.
Yeah, it's killing me, conquered by my enemies. But I thank the Lord, cause the Levi strength is still in me. Got me off the ships, I remember what you did to me. We've been here for centuries, ain't no time to back down. I'm trying to get back now. Gunshot in my area. This is getting scarier, this is not a fairy tale. Leave you in the street, dead body, dead on barriers. And if you got beef, they turn you to a vegetarian.
Thank you. Hitman, ça va plus vite dossier, hein? Monsieur, yo tout est monsieur. Yo tout est monsieur. Ça va bien là. Ça va plus vite. Oh, yo are you know?
Oppression makes a wise man mad. I'm a god, I die like that. Oppression makes a wise man mad. I'ma fight till I take my land back. Oppression makes a wise man mad. Oppression makes a wise man mad. I'ma fight. Take my land back.
Yeah, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. It's in my genes, guys. Moon on me until when we die. With Northern Kingdom, I got more friends. Those my folks there. We hermanos in my co-heirs. Still, I'm mad. Oppression comes with wrath. Look what they did to Gad. They made us walk the path. We wailed on the trail like ladies in travail. Overflow with tears, weighted by some sinner scales. Sales has separated sons and daughters. Defamation, aggravation, deprivation, rape and slaughter. Water of affliction with the dripping. After Mister brought the ships and they were stripping us and giving whippings.
Oppression makes a wise man mad. I'm a god, how I die like that. Oppression makes a wise man mad. I'ma fight till I take my land back. Oppression makes a wise man mad. I'm a god, how I die like that. Oppression makes a wise man mad. I'ma fight till I take my land back.
Yeah. IUIC Miami.
Here we go.
Whoa. No justice, no peace till after we get that payback. We owe you red devils from way back. See, I'm your principal with the paddle and your slave on the saddle, putting y'all behind these bars like the judge with his gavel. You're looking at Ben Israel and I'm your fresh prince. I do his will, don't care how your uncle feel. King James was a black fella, and I ain't talking LeBron, purple and gold, left from Los Angeles. Whoa. Esau a thief, he steal people and herds. They say I'm something like a thief cause I got away with words. An organized nation, we the right leaders. The Constitution got more holes in it than a Jamaican wife beater. The people that enslaved you is the ones that teach you. Their aim is to conquer while we begging to be equal. But we got better skin, stronger, more talented and smarter. They lose their job, they wanna step in front of the martyr. Forget about it, we'll never get no love from the whites. You got a better chance seeing a punch in a snake fight. Kaepernick took a knee, ironically George Floyd took a knee. Ecclesiastes 1:9 since MT. The founder of Black Lives Matter is married to a girl that hate wiping off the seats. She wanna pee like me, peep the underlying agenda. Spiritual Egypt and Sodom. Real Jews are becoming the problem. Israel, stand up.
The payback. Oh, that's right, y'all. This is the payback. Oh yeah, Esau, you know what's coming for you. You know what's coming for you now. Listen, the payback. We ain't forgot about y'all other nations too, man. Y'all gonna get y'all's too. I said the payback. Hit me.
This beef go all the way back to Cain and Abel. Was known as kings, but now it's slaves we labeled. Amazing how cavemen turn to Jewish fables. DJ Christ, the way he about to turn the tables. What's the need to our foots on your neck? Straight disrespect coming for your heads. Arm, leg, arm, and chest. Break them in pieces, they nobles. We gon' have them on leashes. Return to the priest. You heathen better bow down in peace. New world order, judgment upon Babylon's daughter. Gather her children together and prepare them for slaughter. Sealing the elected God all over the quarters. When New Jerusalem is here, can't enter these borders. May not be wealthy now, but we still so rich. We gon' be living healthy while y'all feel so sick. Your new life gon' be harder than a steel toe tick. Your little babies get a field goal kick. If you think you're winning now, get prepared for the losses. We kicking y'all out, so it's back to the caucus. The Black Messiah invading with the heavenly forces. So you don't have to calculate, you know what the cost is. This the payback.
The payback.
Alright, this the
payback, but ain't talking bread for the walking dead. It's for way back when you off our heads and cut off our legs. You a gray rat, ain't no cheese left in the stumps to bed. Cause the great fact is prophecy exposing lies, you said. Your time is ticking, devil. Your 10 horns done grew into 10 thorns, and they ready to prick you with the metal. And ain't no beef to settle. Strip my people from my level, we the vessels. But when we claim Israel, you say we the rebels. Somebody get a shovel and dig up George Floyd, Rashad Brooks, Tamir Rice, Trayvon, etc., etc. Too many names to name. Thought you'd be ashamed to blame, but you been killing niggas since your name was came from rain to rain. Christ and the angels coming though, they big and black too. Gon' wear this payback here forever like a tattoo. And for your taboo, swords and bombs gon' whack through. Israel, just stick to the commandments and watch what facts do.
The payback. Oh, that's right, y'all. This is a bit. The payback. Oh yeah, Esau, you know what's coming for you. You know what's coming for you now. And listen, the payback. We ain't forgot about y'all other nations too, man. Y'all gonna get y'all's too. I said the payback. Ha! Hit me. Ah!
Yeah. Mix on the beat. I see you, Asa. Look, I'm back to business. Thought I was kidding. We in the streets, you in the kitchen. Over a rock, we on the block. Casting down imaginations and your thoughts. Ayy, I'm back to business. I'm back to business. I'm back to business. Ayy, I'm back to business. I'm back to business. I'm back to business. Oh Lord, look at what we have here. Most people go on cruise control, so they don't have to steer. It's that time to elevate. I don't like to take the stairs. It's about your works. If you're really trying to make it there, boy, I'm back to back. Ayy, I'm back to back. Yeah, back to back. I'm back to back.
Back to business, I'm back to business with no suit and tie. If you go against the God of I, that's a suicide. Mommy, that's a stupid die. Captains of the coup d'etat. I be doing, you be die. You apply, do your job. Going back to back. We back to business. We back to business. Ayy, back to business. We back to business. We back to business. Ow!
I'm back to business. Thought I was kidding. We in the streets, you in the kitchen. Over a rock, we on the block. Casting down imaginations and your thoughts. Ayy, I'm back to business. I'm back to business. I'm back to business. Ayy, I'm back to business. I'm back to business. I'm back to business. Oh Lord, look at what we have here. Most people go on cruise control, so they don't have to steer. It's that time to elevate. I don't like to take the stairs. It's about your works. If you're really trying to make it there, boy, I'm back to back. Ayy, I'm back to back.
I'm back to back.
Yeah, back to back.
I'm back to back.
Yeah, I'm back to back.
We about the business, man. Let's go.
Hey,
let's go. Back to back. Danny Glover, lethal weapon. We let it bang every day, especially on the 7th. That just flew by, unless your head is in the heavens. Sunday is the first. Don't believe me? Ask your Reverend. Oh Lord. We in the streets, you in the seats. How we make a living, know we gotta teach. You should see my salary, you know it's kinda sweet. I'm back to business, I'm a workaholic for my peeps.
I'm back to business, thought I was kidding. We in the streets, you in the kitchen. Over a rock, we on the block. Casting down imaginations and your thoughts. Ayy, I'm back to business. I'm back to business. I'm back to business. Ayy, I'm back to business. I'm back to business. I'm back to business. Oh Lord, look at what we have here. Most people go on cruise control, so they don't have to steer. It's that time to elevate. I don't like to take the stairs. It's about your works. If you're really trying to make it there, boy, I'm back to back.
We live.
You are now flying.
Cold with a script like a movie shot in Maine. Whip move fast, it get higher than a plane. I be in a garment, leave a suit for a lane. Tell them move they feet fast, throw your hands like you praying. I say dripping in my garment, dripping in my garment. I be dripping in my garment, dripping in my garment. I be dripping in my garment, dripping in my garment. Plus my boots strapped up like I'm moving with an army. I be dripping in my garment, dripping in my garment. I be dripping in my garment, dripping in my garment, yeah. I be dripping in my garment, dripping in my garment. Plus my boots strapped up like I'm moving with an army. I say ready for tonight, I know it's finna be a feast. Got a closet full of culture, who the hell is Louis V? Plus I throw my garment on before I even brush my teeth. Probably leave a trail of sauce when I'm dripping through the feast. When it come to suit and tie, I'll probably have to pass. I see them staring hard, they be drooling in the mask. They be staring at the fringe, I'm just trying to get some gas. They be looking at the garment, probably think it cost a bag. Look, all these royal garments kinda look like graduation. You can catch me with the deacon in the spaceship causing ma'am. Drip come from the Bible, we ain't hearing what you saying. If we catch them talking reckless, bring them hither, we'll slay them. I be cold with a script like a movie shot in Maine. Whip move fast, it get higher than a plane. I be in a garment, leave a suit for a lane. Tell them move they feet fast, throw your hands like you praying. I be dripping in my garment, dripping in my garment. I be dripping in my garment, dripping in my garment. I be dripping in my garment, dripping in my garment. Plus my boots strapped up like I'm moving with an army. I be dripping in my garment, dripping in my garment. I be dripping in my garment, dripping in my garment, yeah. I be dripping in my garment, dripping in my garment. Plus my boots strapped up like I'm moving with an army.
I be dripping, dripping, dripping. Need a clean on IO Deacon, thinking Dorcas did it. I might let you meet her when she visits, full of whipping. Yeah, you see him fringes swinging for repentance. Got a scripture for these niggas when they say they close is wicked. Look, all these kings around me, you would think that we was dreaming. We just leading. We don't feed these demons, beat them through exceeding. You can spot me in this army. Lord of hosts gave us the vision while they sitting watching television, wishing we was finished up. Garment clean, yeah. Got my fit from Kiva them. He done hit that jug, cut that rug, cause he feeling it. Drip drop out of fountains, we believe cause we been reading this. I'll leave you with my Bible, you'll be needing this.
Cold with a script like a movie shot in Maine. Whip move fast, it get higher than a plane. I be in a garment, leave a suit for a lane. Tell them move they feet fast, throw your hands like you praying. I be dripping in my garment, dripping in my garment. I be dripping in my garment, dripping in my garment. I be dripping in my garment, dripping in my garment. Plus my boots strapped up like I'm moving with an army. I be dripping in my garment, dripping in my garment. I be dripping in my garment, dripping in my garment, yeah. I be dripping in my garment, dripping in my garment. Plus my boots strapped up like I'm moving with an army. I be...
Oh, so many mistakes I done made in my life. And these chains on my brain got me going insane. I got left cause I didn't know right. Don't do it for fortune and fame. For the Lord we enduring the pain. And I'll praise to the Father, He's showing us mercy. But you play with life like a game. But I blame myself for my downfalls. And I've just been praying that you see the light whenever I'm around you. I hope that it's bright and shines in the night. I hope that you find yours. Focus and don't let your crown fall. Put my trust in the Lord throughout all. Lord's willing I'm found without flaw. Understanding. Anybody out there, I am stranded. And I'm damaged. Anybody out there, I am stranded. And I need help. So I lean on the scriptures and seek out the kingdom, the spiritual wealth. And nobody knows me the way that I know me, I'm working on self. That sinning is bad for my health. Thank the Lord that I'm part of the 12. Take a look at how far we have fell.
I like how we abandoned everything the Father done, can't understand it. How far we fallen, look where we landed. I'm praying that they let me go, I might be stranded. Like, cause the crazy things we do. Meditate on things that change my mood. Take it day by day, He's coming soon. Every day, gotta survive, I could die today. Not on my mind, gotta meditate. But I'll be fine if I find a way. Cause I've been trying to get better, switch up my options. To get far away from where I've been. And done to the end, I ain't stopping. Out here it's too cold. I'm stranded, I'm all alone. I don't know anywhere else I could go. How far we falling? Look where we landed. I'm praying that they let me go. I'm out here stranded. Like, cause the crazy things we do. Meditate on things that change my mood. Take it day by day, he's coming soon.
Lord, forgive me for the things that I do. Stuck feeling stranded without no vision of you. Where would I be without you? Don't find no ease without you. I've been deceived without you. It's all on me to find you. Got hit with them trials, now I gotta face this thing. Come through on a regular basis. Different color, all them different than faces. Everything trying to take away my greatness. Oh Lord.
Everything the Father done, can't understand it. How far we falling? Look where we landed. I'm praying that they let me go. I'm out here stranded. Like, cause the crazy things we do. Meditate on things that change my mood. Take it day by day, he's coming soon.
Afuera del reino con perros y enemigos, arrepiéntase hoy van a estar con la espada y con el fuego que viene Cristo para la tierra purificar. 12 rejas, 12 ángeles, 12 tribus. Dime dónde tú crees que va a entrar, cause you won't. Ay, taking this truth as a joke, you're gonna end up on that nuclear smoke. Yeah, somos los hombres de Dios y cuando llegamos le damos con todo. Yeah, and we want all of the smoke. The men of the Lord, we don't beg, we don't fall. Yeah, somos el pueblo de Dios, el pueblo de Dios. Yeah, the Lord he calls you follow, but no one about tomorrow. The time we have is work, pienso de que alto, pa' siempre un tiempo largo, aunque más es dentro del lago, que están esperando, los que están preparando, pa' que llegue el Señor. I stole my faith by applying the law, I put my faith and I wait on the Lord. Mi Cristo es blanco mentira, que viene pa' todos mentiras, la verdad la cara les tira, provocan a Dios a la ira, la grasa ya casi se expira, ya casi se expira. Yeah, abre los ojos y mira, yeah, los nación escogida, yeah, you turn this whole world upside down, all we need is a Bible and reader. 12 rejas, 12 ángeles, 12 tribus, dime dónde tú crees que va a entrar. Afuera del reino con perros y enemigos, arrepiéntase hoy van a estar con la espada y con el fuego que viene Cristo para la tierra purificar. 12 rejas, 12 ángeles, 12 tribus, dime dónde tú crees que va a entrar, cause you know.
Taking this truth as a joke, you gon' get all of this biblical smoke. Hey, no, I can't fall, I can't fall. I pray to God that the line I could hold. These like the days in the boat. When the flood came, they ain't flow. Hey, like you know, faith in the things that he spoke. Changing my ways from before. Y tengo que seguir la santa palabra. Andar en el mundo a mí me mataba. Antes que regrese Cristo, escuchen esta palabra. Now I just wait on the Lord. Estoy esperando, Señor. Wake up the 144.
12 rejas, 12 ángeles, 12 tribus. Dime dónde tú crees que va a entrar. Afuera del reino con perros y enemigos, arrepiéntase hoy van a estar con la espada y con el fuego que viene Cristo para la tierra purificar. 12 rejas, 12 ángeles, 12 tribus. Dime dónde tú crees que va a entrar, cause you won't. Ay, taking this truth as a joke, you're gonna end up on that nuclear smoke. Yeah, somos los hombres de Dios y cuando llegamos le damos con todo. Yeah, and we want all of the smoke. The men of the Lord, we don't beg, we don't fall. Yeah, somos el pueblo de Dios, el pueblo de Dios. Yeah.
Como le digo que cambien camino cuando le predico, no quieren cambiar. The way that they beating and treating my people, they legal. No worries, they're saving our far. Whoa, coming in the game with the water. Pushing with the word for the 12. Palabra, mocking all the prophets, a scoffer. Give them more cuts than a barber. Yo, I am moving. Si yo battre de tu maldition, bon Dieu, yo mérité. Nous prêchons chaque jour, every day. Yo, pushing nous fou, anyway. Walking the light cause we holy. God in my spirit, I feel like a goalie. Pray to the Father, he know me. Oh Lord, don't leave me forsaken and lonely.
12 ángeles, 12 tribus. Dime dónde tú crees que va a entrar. Afuera del reino con perros y enemigos. Arrepiéntase hoy van a estar. Con la espada y con el fuego que viene Cristo para la tierra purificar. 12 rejas, 12 ángeles, 12 tribus. Dime dónde tú crees que va a entrar, cause you won't.
Bring that fire out.
Yeah, I love the Lord over everything, over everyone, more than anything, more than plenty money, even plenty fame, more than any woman, even Mary Jane, even home alone. You can check my phone, you can ask my wife all about my life. I'm an Israelite, I didn't take my life, I keep God's laws in the faith of Christ. Yeah, I love the Lord over everything, over everyone, more than anything, more than plenty money, even plenty fame, more than any woman, even Mary Jane, even home alone. You can check my phone, you can ask my wife all about my life. I'm an Israelite, I didn't take my life, I keep God's laws in the faith of Christ. I done changed, but it's all love, brother, still the same me, not a near another. We can chop it up, don't be scared, brother, but you try to test, be prepared, brother. I'm about God's law, till the bombs fall. Ain't no yes, man, tell you hell no. I don't smoke weed and I hate Lord, and I might correct some of y'all flaws. With the scripture, man, might slit you, man. It's a double edge. Did I get you, man? I don't trim my ways, I be in my aid, cause I live my day like the scripture says. In the faith of Christ, as the Israelites, Christ said keep commandments for eternal life. Matthew 19 and verse 17, get verse 16, the context right. Strong in the Lord, power of his might. With a bunch of brothers screaming, that's right. With a bunch of sisters who don't have an issue with the scriptures written for a black wife. We the 12 tribes, seeking 10 times how to please the Lord every 7 days till we make the heathen flee 7 ways. All in Christ's name, I give all praise to the Most High. This is no lie, out this world with it. UFO fly, fringing border blue, house in order 2, bumping Benjavite, screaming Mo5. Fervent heat 2, give me 7 vibes. Solomon the Jew, all the sons of God. All my sisters, yeah, rocking woolly hair all around the world. We the 12 tribes. Yeah, I love the Lord over everything, over everyone, more than anything, more than plenty money, even plenty fame, more than any woman, even Mary Jane, even home alone. You can check my phone, you can ask my wife all about my life. I'm an Israelite, I didn't take my life, I keep God's laws in the faith of Christ. Yeah, I love the Lord over everything, over everyone, more than anything, more than plenty money, even plenty fame, more than any woman, even Mary Jane, even home alone. You can check my phone, you can ask my wife all about my life. I'm an Israelite, I didn't take my life, I keep God's laws in the faith of Christ.
I love my hands and feet and all of my other extremities, but I cut them off if they ever started offending me. This is for the spiritual, who looking at it spiritually. For those who took it literal, I was not speaking literally. How you swallow camels, but you choking on gnats. Matthew 6:33, you should be focused on that. When you come to serve the Lord, prepare your soul for the traps, because the ones you keep the closest could be holding you back. I said I love the Lord and my actions show that I mean it. Application of these scriptures is how we attain the kingdom. 2/3 just ain't gonna make it. They said they loved them but faked it. I warned them about that fire and now they asses is baking. Catch me on the daily, fringed up with the border blue. I also keep the Sabbath, it's a habit, cause he told me to. Being disobedient ain't something that I'm finna do. Please don't make me choose, I love the Lord way more than you.
Yeah, I love the Lord over everything, over everyone, more than anything, more than plenty money, even plenty fame, more than any woman, even Mary Jane, even home alone. You can check my phone, you can ask my wife all about my life. I'm an Israelite, I didn't take my life, I keep God's laws in the faith of Christ. Yeah, I love the Lord over everything, over everyone, more than anything, more than plenty money, even plenty fame, more than any woman, even Mary Jane, even home alone. You can check my phone, you can ask my wife all about my life. I'm an Israelite, I didn't take my life, I keep God's laws in the faith of Christ.
The kingdom is southern, shining like it's nothing, racing to the swift. We already want it, spitting so much fire, show me how you want it. He didn't think they something, turn them into nothing. Waiting on Shiloh, from a lower state to the high road. We the dry gold, we get high hold, cause we the folks that the Most High chose. How can the Father all praises? He took me out of that danger, he gave me a shot at the kingdom. When all of my ways wasn't faithful, claiming places in my walkway, and I walk straight, not the broad way. Happy with the sun, walking all day, get the world flavor with a salt, babe. How could I not put them overall? We get it jumping like overalls. I show my love like a Mondre. Prototype, that's my protocol. Seeking first and get additions high. Get my people like conditions high. Every little step a new addition. The old man we transition from. I feel my God over everything. Until a death like a wedding, man. 12 gates to the 12 tribes. You ain't one of ours, then you out, man. Christ is black and he's our king. Fisher remain, yeah, that's our thing. Who got them guns from Basra? Dipped in wine, killing everything.
Yeah, I love the Lord over everything. Over everyone, more than anything. More than plenty money, even plenty fame. More than any woman, even Mary Jane. Even home alone, you can check my phone. You can ask my wife all about my life. I'm an Israelite, I didn't take my life. I keep God's laws in the faith of Christ. Yeah, I love the Lord over everything. Over everyone, more than anything. More than plenty money, even plenty fame. More than any woman, even Mary Jane. Even home alone, you can check my phone. You can ask my wife all about my life. I'm an Israelite, I didn't take my life. I keep God's laws in the faith of Christ.
Hey, is that a bird? Is it a plane? Hey, but they black. I'm greater than a superhero, yeah, I'm about to take off. I'm a prince from royalty, fly with my cape off. And yeah, I got my power from the king. I'm keeping commandments and I'm staying clean. Israel is the greatest that you ever seen. It ain't no mistake, y'all. Hey, greater than a superhero, yeah, I'm about to take off. I'm a prince from royalty, fly with my cape off. And yeah, I got my power from the king. I'm keeping commandments and I'm staying clean. Israel is the greatest that you ever seen. Ain't no mistake, y'all. Sing the Lord a new song, I'm sending up praises. Y'all's amazing, quicken my spirit so heavenly. Kept me alive for another day, his mercy rains down heavily. Charity making a better me. You ain't seeking repentance, you better be. Wanna make it to heaven and see the king. Can't imagine the kingdom is about to be. 12 gates with the 12 name, 12 foundation, 4 walls round. 12 angels standing at the gate with some kings rocking 12-point crown. I'm just speaking the prophecy, teaching it properly. Jacob, now wake up, return to the Lord. Holy Joseph, that's where you slaying, man. Nation gon' fall on the glittering sword. Faster than a speeding bullet, we look like a locomotive or a plane. Spiritual X-Men with the power, fighting red juggernauts, that's Cain. Trusting the prophecy, and it came. Stay in the book, but this ain't no comic. Gotta do power, I spit flames. MCU, see how I'm coming. Hawk out with the vision, I'm hooked with the hammer. War machine, and we bringing the damage. Iron Man, we too heavy to handle. We got the light, they can't blow out the candle. Prince of the power with purple rain. Israelite law on my brain. Kal-El, I'm a Superman. I'm in the booth, look at how I change. Greater than a superhero, yeah, I'm about to take off. I'm a prince from royalty, fly with my cape off. And yeah, I got my power from the king. Keeping commandments and I'm staying clean. Israel is the greatest that you ever seen. Ain't no mistake, y'all. I'm greater than a superhero, yeah, I'm about to take off. I'm a prince from royalty, fly with my cape off. And yeah, I got my power from the king. I'm keeping commandments and I'm staying clean. Israel is the greatest that you ever seen. Ain't no mistake, y'all. I'm telling you straight, my nation the greatest that you ever witnessed, and ain't no mistake. Holding my head, yeah, I said what I said. I stand on my word, so clear me some space. I'm taking my place, number one on the podium. Heathens is salty, they full of their sodium. Earth is ours, yeah, we taking it over. Got spiritual power, word is Jehovah. Hey, hallelujah, I'm sending up praises. Look, it's amazing. Chariot wheel whipping through the atmosphere. Independence Day, when we out of here. Yo, this prophecy properly moving. It's manifest destiny, life is a movie. Heavenly screenwriter with the word play, and our life is living what the word say. I endure to the end. I want a reward, a ruler should crown me. I was groping at noonday. I was lost in the dark, yeah, how it can't found me. Now I'm here on a mission. We used to be under derision. I dare them to clown me. Won't hear from the heathen when we in the kingdom. They legacy never be found. Be. I'm a ministry mover. I used to be out here a loser, but now I'm a changed man. I died in the flesh, but now I'm a god, so now you can call me an X-Man. It's miraculous, marvelous men. Black as the night and they can't comprehend. End of the world is just to begin, and move out the wake up the faith coming in. Greater than a superhero, yeah, I'm about to take off. I'm a prince from royalty, fly with my cape off. And yeah, I got my power from the king. Keeping commandments and I'm staying clean. Israel is the greatest that you ever seen. Ain't no mistake, y'all. I'm greater than a superhero, yeah, I'm about to take off. I'm a prince from royalty, fly with my cape off. And yeah, I got my power from the king. I'm keeping commandments and I'm staying clean. Israel is the greatest that you ever seen. Ain't no mistake, y'all. Ain't no mistake.
Try your luck. A lot of these demons is trying us. New man alive, I can't die enough. Jews they been black, no denying enough. These curses been on me, can't cry enough. Longing all day for the freedom. I got some enemies more than just eat them. They don't understand it, he told you in Peter. Trying to get back to the garden of Eden.
This the last show. The righteous judge standing at the door. 6 rings on me. Like MJ, 2/3 got to go. Double honors, we a flock of kings. Great light shining on the earth. The laws of Yah can't cut the corners. Tree of life is not a stain on us. Watch me whip a chariot. BHI, they put the blame on us. The Bible is a weapon. And you know we always got that thing on us. Who gon' rise up for the king? Chain me faster than an eye can blink. Redeem me from Edom. These last days ain't no time to faint. Yup.
Big things popping. What time the great horde dying and them bombs need dropping. Most high about to switch a noodle, go Alfredo on them pasta. Cooking coons in the month of June, they can't barbecue like Papa. What you must forgot about Sodom, don't give me no lip. Especially if you send me on ships. Sauce, I don't need no chips, Cherry is gon' dip. Coons in October, that's it. New Jerusalem, that's this.
Gotta run it back, that's a hit. Backslide on the God, get your wig split. Next gon' die, it's over, that's it. Babylon burning like a torch that lit. Watch the tone, it's the last trump. Bombs dropping like a bass drum. 10,000 at my right. And in the 7th trump, thy kingdom come. Don't get caught on the heathen side and lose your chance on the holy ride. Destroying Edom and knowledge pride. After 1,000 years, he gon' fry.
Instant smoke. Please don't choke. You need prophets. OJ, no pope. Hope they caught it off the ropes. Truth, I bought it. Baghdad, hope.
This world cold. Let my soul glow. Wisdom twofold. Please save my soul. Auction blocks. My forefathers soul. The greatest comeback. Legends of old.
I just wanna live and serve the Most High. Yeah. That's the whole duty of man in this life. Yeah. I know I'm a soldier he put on the line. I'm ready to fight, yeah. And they persecute me like I'm Jeremiah. That's what they do. His word is the truth and it goes like a fire.
Destruction's coming very soon. I'm just warning you.
This is how you love thy neighbor. They wanna see you fall. 'Cause they see you strong. They mad at us. Them haters mad. Them haters mad at us. Them haters mad. Them haters mad at us. Them haters mad. Them haters mad at us.
Let's go.
Them haters mad.
Chosen people, cry up.
We go large XL, go far XL like a car, we accelerate. Push hard to the pedal brake, all for heaven's sake, to gold metal flakes on my head and face. I'm a specialized, weaponized, mechanized, set aside, son of God. And it may come a time, try to take one of mine, still we at a 10 like a number 9, never nervous. Haters make them mad on purpose, cause we in the streets where the curb is. They online where the nerds is. Bitch, a clown, make them short circuit. Please back, I'm allergic. Songs 133, that's big unity, that's urban. And we in the end, that's curtains. Workman on the front line on purpose.
See you fall. 'Cause they see you strong. I know them haters mad. Haters mad. Them haters mad at us. Them haters mad. Them haters mad at us. Them haters mad. Them haters mad at us.
Hi haters. Yeah. Still looking at me? Don't watch me, watch TV. Deeks in the streets with the heat, and where a hater be? Mad as hell and they see they ain't never been me, so a hater can't sleep.
Shalom, shalom. What's up, Christ bless? You are tuned in to the
Natives Hour, home of the 10 tribes.
That's right. Captain Gaddy to my right, Officer Uriel to my left.
Soldier Gadiel.
And you are tuned in to the Natives Hour. All praise to the Most High. Hail the Natives Hour, where we see the so-called Hispanics, so-called Native American Indians, that you are actually the Israelites according to the Bible.
That's right.
You ain't Hispanic. You ain't Puerto Rico. You ain't Cuban. You ain't, what's the other ones? Mexican, Dominican, Brazilian, Peruvian, Indian, Venezuelan, Guatemalan. You ain't none of that. You are the Israelites according to the Bible.
That's right.
That's right.
And one custom that's coming up that I was actually surprised that this wasn't even celebrated by their ancestors.
Damn.
What's it called? Dios de los Muertos?
Dia de la Muerta.
Dia de las, how you say it?
Dia de la Muerta.
De la Muerta.
The Day of the Dead.
Day of the Dead.
They'd be like,
my R's ain't rolling today. The Day of the Dead. Watch this, y'all. So we're going to go over this real quick. We're going to go over this today. And then I want to tell something else later on that's probably going to for y'all pissed off, because Dave Chappelle got you pissed off. If Dave Chappelle got you pissed off from his stand-up, you ain't going to like today's Natives Hour. All right? So let's jump right into it. Let's get that first video.
No.
We got training on the job going on.
In the opening scene of the
Can you put up
2015
the
James
please?
Bond movie Spectre, Daniel Craig's Bond can be seen striding through a Day of
Pause
the
it.
Dead festival in Mexico.
You put up the owner, please. You ready? It's too late to be sorry, man. Just play it. Play it. The hell with it. Just
City.
play it.
It's a technically impressive sequence.
Started
Six
from
shots
the beginning.
edited together to look like one. In the opening scene of the 2015 James Bond movie Spectre, Daniel Craig's Bond can be seen striding through a Day of the Dead festival in Mexico City. It's a technically impressive sequence. 6 shots edited together to look like one seamless shot. And it required over 1,000 extras in the background, dressed in festive costumes, skull masks, and top hats. And of course, the shot required 10 giant skeletons. What's interesting is when this movie was made, Mexico City had never held a parade like this before. We usually think of art imitating life, but in a surreal case of life imitating art, Mexico City held its first Day of the Dead parade 1 year after the movie's release.
So Esau
resembled the
inspired, I want y'all to understand something. The white man inspired Issachar, the so-called Mexicans, to do their first Day of the Dead parade. They've never done it before.
Yep.
They've never done it. But as soon as the white man comes out with a movie,
Yep.
and in the movie it has a Day of the Dead parade, Issachar follows suit.
Yep.
Look at that.
Go ahead, play it.
Opening scene of Spectre. Day of the Dead, or Dia de los Muertos, or sometimes simply called Dia de Muertos, is celebrated on the 1st and 2nd of November. This is a time when Mexicans, Mexican immigrant communities, and some other cultures in the Americas reminisce about their ancestors, honoring the deceased, and in many ways keeping them alive through memories and altars they built to commemorate them. Historically, commemoration of Day of the Dead has been more common among working-class Mexicans. However, the combined influence of Spectre and the immensely popular Disney Pixar movie Coco, along with growing popularity in the United States, has led many middle-class Mexican urbanites to embrace traditions they used to ignore or even deride. In fact, in yet another example of life imitating art, the Mexican relative...
pause it real quick. Go define the word deride real quick. Let's get the definition of the word deride, because that's a word that our people don't use. We don't use that word, so we don't know what that Edomite on the screen talking about. So let's break that word down real quick.
About to get educated.
Yeah, because right now, what he basically said, he said the so-called Mexicans derided this day. They felt some type of way about this day. So let's find out what that word means. Let's get that on the screen. It's D-E-R-I-D. think it's an E at the end. Not sure, but we'll figure it out. There you go. It's an E at the end. All right. Let's see.
Deride.
Well, this is there you go. Get number 2, the bottom of number 2. Or actually read number 2.
Deride. To subject to usually bitter or contemptuous ridicule or criticism.
Now I get the bottom definition.
To express a lack of respect or approval of.
You see that? The so-called Mexicans did not respect or approve this day. They didn't respect or approve this day. But now Esau done made the 007 movie, Spectre, and went to Mexico to shoot it. Now all of a sudden you got thousands and thousands of Issachars celebrating Dia de los Muertos. Right. You know what I'm saying? Can I get a script real quick, Cap? Let's get Revelations real quick, because the reach of Babylon is far, and wherever they go, they taint it. That's why Revelations 18 and verse 4.
The book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 4.
Read on.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people."
You see that? God is telling us to come out of Babylon. You got our people that's fighting just to get over here. To get polluted. God is telling our people, stay out of this place. Meaning, come out of her spiritually. Because what's going on is, wherever Babylon go, Babylon is tainting the place. Right? Read on.
That ye be not partakers of her sins.
And we know that the wages of sin is death. That you don't be partakers of her sin. Read on.
And that ye receive not of her plagues.
That you don't receive destruction. That you don't receive the things that's going on in the world today due to Babylon polluting the world. Right? All right. That's all I had on that.
Hey, and we're gonna dive more into that on the show on being consumed with Babylon's ideologies.
Right.
Why? Because Issachar wasn't doing this before the white man came over to America.
Right, exactly.
They wasn't keeping the Day of the Dead.
For real.
They wasn't doing that at all. When we go further on and find out that the origin of this comes from, yes, Issachar was doing some idolatry, but also the white man came and brought Catholicism into it.
That's right.
Damn.
It's a mixture. It's a mixture of Aztec worshiping of other gods,
right,
and mixture in with white man's Catholicism.
Catholicism in a mix of everything.
Yeah, it's a mix of everything.
That's crazy.
Go back to the video. Let it play.
Of Dr. Andrew Chestnut, who wrote this episode and whose family live in Mexico, only began setting up home altars after watching Coco. So clearly Dia de los Muertos is gaining more global
They started
attention.
setting up home altars after watching a cartoon, a
So
Disney
they wasn't
cartoon
doing
movie.
it. So they wasn't even doing it.
Man.
Hey, get that
crazy.
Colossians too.
That's crazy.
They weren't even doing it.
That's crazy as heck. Until Coco came out, a Disney Pixar cartoon movie. They're like, this what we're supposed to be doing?
Yep.
Let's try it.
What in the
Colossians
hell?
2.
That's crazy, man.
And 8.
The book of Colossians, chapter 2 and verse 8.
Bring it out.
Beware lest any man spoil you
Go ahead.
through philosophy and vain deceit.
The same man that would end up destroying the Israelites through their philosophy also gave you another God.
Right.
Also came with Christianity. Also came with Caesar Borgia. Also came with holidays that was attached to that religion.
That's right.
That's a cold
Christmas,
precept.
Halloween, Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day. All of those hell days are attached to that vain philosophy that was brought by the white man.
Yep.
Dia de los Muertos, that was brought, that's a philosophy that was brought by the enemy.
Yep.
That's why God says what? Read it again from the top.
Beware.
God says beware. He's warning us, hey, something's going to happen. Something's coming. A man is coming that's going to bring you something that I told you not to do. Read on.
Lest any man spoil you.
Lest any man cause you to be corrupted. Spoil means you are corrupted.
Right.
Spoil means you cannot be saved. You cannot be helped. Spoil means once you dabble in these doctrines, these philosophies, you are no longer what's the word?
You're no longer good or useful.
Useful. There we go. You are no longer useful to the body, to God, to Christ. You got to be tossed in the trash.
Right.
Read on.
Through philosophy and vain deceit.
And vain deceit. It means nothing. Read on.
After the tradition of men.
Because that's what this is. The Day of the Dead is a tradition of man.
Right.
Halloween is a tradition of man. Hey, you know what's crazy? We still celebrating Halloween in 2021.
Crazy.
I find that to be amazing.
Yeah.
I find that to be just amazing. Black people, people are what's the word? You're insane.
For real.
You are insane.
That's real.
And insane when you do something over and over,
right,
and expect a different result. Is that insane?
The definition of insanity.
That's insanity. You are insane. That's why the Lord called you a dumbass.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe you think we're making it up. Hold that. Get Isaiah 1. Maybe y'all think we're making that up. You still celebrating Halloween in 2021.
Right. In a world where you can get information like this, research anything, at the drop of a dime.
Yeah, to know that Halloween is of the devil.
Oh, no. It's
to know that Christmas is of the devil.
It's for the kids. We do it for the kids.
Go ahead, read that.
Come on, man.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 1 and verse 3.
Bring it out.
The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib.
Go ahead.
But Israel doth not know.
Israel don't know.
My people doth not consider.
God says you dumber than an ass and an ox. And you don't know who you are. You don't even consider that you are the people of God. You don't even consider that maybe what you are doing is not in the Bible. Nobody considers that.
Right.
Damn, you know what? We celebrate Christmas every year since I was newborn.
Mm-hmm.
We celebrate Thanksgiving every year since I came out my mother's womb. Let me just search and see if that's in the Bible. Where in the Bible did Christ thank the Father for another birthday? Where's that at?
Another life here.
Another day of Lord, I want to thank you for allowing me to reach my birthday. So today we're gonna turn up.
Right.
Where is Valentine's Day? Where is Christmas in the Bible? Where's this stuff at? Because they tell you not to do it.
Exactly.
Yep.
So these are philosophies of men that have corrupted the Israelites. The so-called Hispanics, you have been corrupted. The so-called Native American Indians, you have been corrupted. To got you thinking the damn... This white man got you thinking your dead relatives are going to come back and eat your hot-ass food that you just cooked.
What? Come on now, dog.
That's crazy.
You build the altar, food still steaming.
Right.
Tortillas and refried beans.
You done took out an extra plate for Juan Pablo.
Yeah, for Poppy.
Who done died 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
In a pandemic.
In a pandemic.
When people are eating food.
In a famine at that.
Yeah.
So you know what's crazy?
That's crazy.
If that was so, right?
That's crazy.
Why at the end of the night you throw that food away?
Insanity.
Why that food ain't gone?
Who raised you?
That's crazy. Go back to the video. We are destroyed.
Tension in recent years, but what's this holiday all about? Day of the Dead is a hybrid tradition that combines indigenous rituals concerning death and Catholic practice.
Pause it.
The veneration of ancestors
and Catholic practice.
Damn.
You saw they showed Guadalupe.
Damn.
They showed Mother Guadalupe. That was given to the Hispanics by guess who? The white man.
Right.
The conquistadors and the Spaniards gave you Guadalupe. Go ahead.
was central to many indigenous peoples' religious practices, as was worship of death deities. And not only for the Aztecs, though they're probably the most well-known. There's a wide range of beliefs in death goddesses and gods and of ancestor veneration among the indigenous people of Mexico. To name but a few, this would include the Maya and the Mixtec as well. In pre-Hispanic times, ancestors would be called upon for advice or simply honored with incense and offerings. Still today, Mexicans converse with the dead during commemorations and may ask for their blessings in their future endeavors. In the pre-Hispanic era, many indigenous Mexican peoples had special days of the week or a whole month dedicated to death deities. For example, before the Spanish conquest, the Aztecs dedicated most of the month of August to their goddess of death, Mictecatzihuatl. In Aztec mythology, she presides over the underworld with her husband, and she's often depicted in Aztec art as a skeletal figure. As part of an overarching mission to dismantle indigenous religion, the Catholic Church suppressed veneration of Mictecatzihuatl and moved the date of her month to coincide with All Saints' Day.
Stop.
Oh, man.
Stop.
There you go.
The Catholic Church, all they did was change the name and move the date.
Right.
Man,
they changed the name and moved the date and called it All Saints' Day.
Yep.
Didn't we just go over this last week?
Yes, sir.
When it was last week? All Saints' Day, which eventually is known today as Halloween.
Man.
Esau's the devil, man. Esau is the damn devil the Bible speaks of. Yep. Why? Because he got you thinking you celebrating some of your ancestors did.
Right.
When your ancestors ain't do this.
Right.
Your ancestors didn't walk around with damn skeleton makeup on.
Right.
And preparing food at altars for dead relatives.
Right.
Your ancestors ain't do that. So where you got it from? You got it from your oppressor. Your oppressor said, you know what? We need to have a day where we can get these idiots, these slaves, to worship our God.
Yep.
Come on now.
You know what?
Yep.
Let's make them believe they're worshiping their God.
Yep.
But what they're actually doing is worshiping our God.
Yep.
Come on, man.
Yeah, you ain't lying, Cap, and that's why what you were just bringing out, saying that our people, this is the definition of insanity.
Exactly.
Because through centuries or decades, we do the same thing. We teach our kids to do the same thing, opposed to doing exactly what Job 8:8 say. Can we get that real quick? Get Job chapter 8 verse 8, because it's apparent that the white man is the devil. It's apparent that when it comes down for us to learn our history and our heritage, that you can at the drop of a dime. You got iPads, phones, internet. You got Wi-Fi. You got everything you at your disposal to look up your history. Right? Read that, Job 8:8.
The book of Job, chapter 8 and verse 8.
Bring it out.
For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age,
Read on.
and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers.
That's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be inquiring, like, dang, you know what? What did my ancestors used to do?
That's right.
How did my ancestors, did we used to celebrate this day? Let me find out. Let's go back to before the conquistadors came over here. Let's see how exactly was we supposed to be carrying ourselves.
But you know what's crazy? The white man make it so that you cannot go back past the conquistadors. Unless the Lord sends you in the way of his prophets to teach you.
Right.
Why? Because you can't find nowhere in schools, colleges, or anywhere where they're going to teach you anything prior to 1492.
Slavery.
They're not going to teach you anything. They're going to teach you that Columbus came, discovered America, discovered all the islands. Ponce de Leon, right, came and discovered all these places where the natives were already at, by the way, came and discovered these places. And you have now because of what you were taught then.
Right.
So they're not going to tell you, they're not going to allow you to go back. The only way you can find out is doing what Job is saying. He's talking about the Bible.
That's right.
He's talking about the Bible.
Yep.
Go to the Bible. Why? Because the Bible is the most factual history book on the face of the planet.
That's right.
Yep.
Everything in every part of history in the Bible is fact.
Yep.
Now people say the Bible ain't real. You understand? Daniel prophesied about all kingdoms, all ruling kingdoms. Who can do that? Right. Whoever did that? Nobody. All right. Let's go back to the video. We're gonna move on real quick. Just go to the next video. Go to the next video.
Yep.
Go to the next video. We're gonna move on because I want to get to that. Ladder.
Yep.
Just next one lined up.
That's right. The search of your father is not Mexican.
Yeah, it ain't Mexican. It ain't talking about taking a damn DNA test.
Right.
Read that.
The history of Day of the Dead.
Look how foolish this is, man. You got women walking around like damn skeletons. Go ahead, bro.
What is Day of the Dead?
Scary movie.
Here in the USA, we mourn our loved ones when they pass with funeral services and wearing dark, solemn clothing. It's usually a sad time in our families when we have to say goodbye to Grandpa forever.
So every year you got to say goodbye to Grandpa forever? I'm just saying. Go ahead.
Different cultures grieve and treat death differently with traditions that have been around for centuries. One culture that has created a unique and interesting way to face death and the deceased is Mexico.
See that? Created a unique and interesting way to face death. They created it. Bruh. It's created. All right, bro. Read on.
Mexico is colorful, noisy, and lots of fun. The people, the food, and the celebrations are bright, loud, and unequaled. So when it comes to death, in true Mexican style, Mexicans celebrate with color, food, and music. Day of the Dead is a 2-day celebration where it is believed that the passageway between the real world and the spirit world is open so our deceased loved ones can come back to visit us.
This is funny, man. I'm sorry.
What do we do when Grandpa comes back from the land of the dead? We make his favorite meal.
Wow.
And we offer him his favorite drink.
So he's
Come
dead.
on now, dog.
And you, for some reason, with no evidence, with no factual proof, you believe that your granddad is coming back to eat his favorite meal.
How, Sway?
Not coming back to live again. I got the power to come back to eat a meal, but I don't got the power to come back to live again.
That is powerful niggardry.
I don't want to walk through. I don't want to kiss my daughter again. I don't want to kiss. I want to eat my favorite meal.
Right. That's the only reason I came back.
Go ahead, man. That's crazy.
We sing, dance, and rejoice before he heads back to the underworld for another year. When is Day of the Dead? Day of the Dead is celebrated on November 1st and 2nd. It is sometimes confused with Halloween.
Because that's what it is. Go ahead.
Because of the symbolic skulls, but is not related at all. It is said that on November 1st, the children who have passed come back to visit and celebrate as angelitos. And on the following day, November 2nd, it's the adults' turn to show up for the festivities. Family members prepare for several weeks in advance for the tradition by creating altars, decorating burial sites, and cooking specific Day of the Dead food. Origin of Dia de los Muertos. When the Spaniards came to Mexico and introduced Catholicism.
Read that again.
When the Spaniards came to Mexico and introduced Catholicism to the indigenous people, they blended traditions and beliefs to create their own customs.
They blended tradition and what? And belief, right? You know what I say?
Yes, sir.
To create their own custom. That's some crazy stuff, man.